So guys, welcome to today's show whereby we'll be talking about everything that happened during the weekend, whereby we saw a lot of drama, like most of the things we predicted actually like came to pass. Whereby I told you that I don't see Man United losing at Anfield. And you usually said that Anfield is a good hunting ground for the United side. So we're going to give in-depth analysis on the match between Man United and Liverpool, because that match for me was like the match of the week. We saw a different United side unlike what we've been seeing in the past few games. Like the United side went crazy. Like I think second half, like from the 60 something minutes, they lost that flair they started with in the first half. But kudos to Harry Maguire. That guy has that guy has super sub. That guy has turned up multiple times. Whereby we saw him the same in the game in last season against Lyon. I took the quarterfinals.
He did it back to back in Europa.
So like that guy for me, that guy is crazy. Like then I want to say this, like the Chelsea Nottingham Forest game on Saturday. Like Mariakis, what's his name? The Nottingham Forest owner, like he didn't finish the match. He left. I think the 60th minute he left, and he sacked Andy Postecoglou at Obo. The guy left the stadium. He sacked that guy.
You know, he said is that you are seeing Chelsea winning. You said in our last podcast. We are seeing Chelsea winning, but we wanted to be optimistic
to see
that we were like Nottingham Forest they should have something to prove. You know, they needed to win that match.
But what do you think? What do you think went wrong with Andy Postecoglou? Because you saw what he did with the Tottenham team, whereby, like in the first season, he was not this bad because he didn't win any game before he got sacked.
Eight games.
He didn't win any games before he got sacked. I think that's a poor record.
Yes, very.
I think that's a poor record. So for me, like, what do you think went wrong with this guy?
Going to a new club and a small club like Nottingham Forest, although I don't even see it as an excuse. Nottingham Forest, they're actually a good club, you know, big money spenders.
They spent last season.
Last season they spent a lot of money, you know, on players, and they also have quality players. It's not like they have bad players. They have good players. Even they added some new players this season to the squad. So I don't know why he wasn't able to do the job, even if it's to get a win.
Do you think the pressure was much? Because from the owner, like, I don't like whereby owners of clubs tend to interfere in the affairs of the football club. They don't allow the coach to run. The pressure was too much because this man, like, all their matches is at the stadium, like, want to see results, always frowning. And this thing takes process. Look at Amorim, like in Manchester United now. Look at, like, we've seen, like, at least he got his first back-to-back win in the Premier League. Like, the owners are backing him, like they feel that he can do something, right? So now you're signing a coach as the owner of a football club, like you believe that this person is good for the job. That's why at the first place you actually give that person the chance to become the coach of that football club. So why don't you want to allow this person to actually to breathe, like do what is meant to do in the club? But like every minute you're complaining, you're nagging, and I had a record, but they said he was in charge of Olympiacos. I think for something years he sacked close to almost 24 coaches. So if you as a owner, you're running a club in that way, I think you're going to run that club into the ground, because as Nottingham Forest day now, I see them go to relegation.
Honestly speaking,
except someone comes in and make a change. And according to what I'm hearing, I mean that Sean Dykes, like that's the former Burnley coach, is the favorite to land the job. But will this owner still give this guy like that the breathing space, that chance to like prove himself, do what he's meant to do? Because most times, like sometimes you see a good coach is not to form in a club because the pressure is too much. It's not because he's a bad coach, but they didn't give him the chance, the breathing space to actually like bring out this idea for the club to like come to life. So like, will this man actually give Sean Dyche the chance to like do what is meant to be done to take these guys back to what we know?
Well, let's see how it goes for Nottingham Forest. I feel like he's meant to give him the chance and the opportunity to prove himself. Yes, but I think that's just his way of, you know, managing clubs. But let's see how it goes. I just hope it goes well for Nottingham Forest.
And again, another talking point for me, like we said Man City like are not, like we don't consider them title contenders. But with what they did this weekend, they went 2-0, and just like what I said if Bournemouth drops points, Tottenham drops points, and Manchester City win and Liverpool drops points at Anfield, Manchester is going to go second. And now they're second. in the table, but we saw Tottenham drop point against Aston Villa, losing at home 2-1 against Aston Villa.
Which was
then we saw Bournemouth, like that game, like we know that game, the goals were. He said the goals will be more. He said 2-2.
Yes, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace.
He said
3-2. It was for the. I said 3-2. Bournemouth to win 3-2, but then they now drew the match 3-3. Yeah, so it was a close prediction. Yes.
And like we saw some major games, like everybody knew that the Sunderland team were able to get a win against the Wolves. But the Sunderland team, like I would say, these guys, they came into the league. These guys are doing well. Like I don't expect.
They shocked me because me, I think see at least Wolves
at least like
ginger
and get it, but it not happen. Based on the fact that these guys, like the deciding they've made and how they've been to play from the back, the composure and like the way the ideology of that particular team. For me, I think they're going to do well this season. They might not finish in an European spot, but I see them finishing at least top 10.
Yeah, mid-table,
they're about top 10. So, like, do you think this Manchester City team will put pressure on the Arsenal side? Because we see these guys now, they are second in the table. Arsenal are 3 points ahead of them. Do you think they will mount pressure on the Arsenal side?
Well, there are two things for me. I see that the team is now gelling. They are coming together. But the fact remains that if Haaland is not on that pitch, Man City they are going to have problems with goals. That is what I feel, because it's not everybody that is scoring goals. Last season you see even defenders like last season you see defenders like Cancelo, you know, and this what's his name? Gvardiol, you know, scoring goals, you know, and providing assists. But this season Haaland is the only person doing all the work and scoring all the goals.
And that's the reason I said I don't. Like, I'm not scared of them as an Arsenal fan that they might give us. I'm not scared. Why? Because they're highly dependent on Haaland.
Yes.
If Haaland gets injured, it's not a problem for them because now they don't have a second choice striker. They get Mamouche, but even with the Mamouche that they have, we cannot say Mamouche is consistent. Like the way Haaland be consistent. In the past 5 games, this guy has scored multiple goals. Even he's in it in country and in club level. So for me, I don't think you depending on one particular player to carry you like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 matches is going to be possible in Premier League, because we know that the Premier League is not a small league, but it's always difficult week in, week out to get results. So you as a team depending on one player, for me, I don't think that is that to win titles.
I just feel like I don't think Pep is a good coach. I feel like he's going to know how to tweak the system whereby Haaland will be absent. Where if it comes to a scenario or a situation where Haaland will be absent for weeks or so, I feel like Pep is a good enough coach to be able to tweak the team.
We know, yes, we're not saying they will tweak the team.
Yes.
But now, who then get to take replace this guy now? Who then get to because if you look now,
we have seen Pep play Sterling in number 9 position and they were still dominating.
We know, but now all these teams have figured him out. The Pep we know of before is not the same Pep of now. Whereby Pep is struggling. Let's forget that they've gotten like at least 3 wins back to back to like being second in the table, whereby most people like underrated them. I was one of those people that underrated them. In fact, that it's not that I'm not underrating them. I don't underrate them. I'm just saying that I don't think they have like everything that is like is required for a team to keep that consistency. Yes, they will disturb. Yes, these guys are made champions, whereby they've won this Premier League. They don't win 4 times back to back now, so we expect them to do something, Abi. But can they be consistent with the kind of defense they have, with the lack of squad depth? Yes. I don't think they have like in that attacking rotation. I don't think they have it. Really, if they have like 3 major injury crises now, the team is in trouble. Let's say we have players like Haaland picking up injury, we have players like Donnarumma picking up injury. Just like the Liverpool, whereby we saw Alisson pick up injury in the Galatasaray match, whereby it's affecting. Look at the goal they scored.
I think in their keeping departments they are okay because they have a
I don't think they are okay. Let's not be fraud this, because
they signed. They
signed this guy from Burnley. Yes, he's a good keeper, not bad. But can you compare that guy to the level of Donnarumma, or can you compare Mamadashvili to the level of Alisson?
Where I think they have been facing more issues is in that their midfield and attacking departments. I feel that's where they even have the issues most.
So now the issue you're talking about now, will you say it's an issue of like lack of quality players or lack of connectivity? Because like these people have quality players in that attack. You see them, they have Chaki, they have Tijani Reinders, they have Doku, they have Foden, they have Bernardo Silva, they have Haaland, they have Mamouche, they have Savinho. So are you saying it's a lack of connectivity or lack of quality?
I've not seen that connectivity, and when it comes to quality, to be told, those players they are not really spontaneous. They are not really very, very good players like the like of Kevin De Bruyne, the like of Gundogan. You know, those Man City top players. They are not up to that standard. They are still okay players. You won't talk about them top quality players.
So now, can we actually say Man City are in the title race? This is the fact that they are second on the table.
They are a tough opponent. I don't will lie, but. Let's see with time and more games, but I feel like they are a tough opponent, you know, very hard to beat, and with Haaland leading them, I think that Man City are going to score so many goals this season and they are going to win many matches this season. But title contenders, let's see about that.
For me, to be sincere, I will put them among title contenders. I will put Man City, I will put Chelsea. With what I'm saying with Liverpool, I think I will have to replace my statement, because these guys, what I say, like, I'm seeing a little bit of, like, I don't know where he went wrong. Are we going to blame Arne Slot for this decline in Liverpool for the fact that people have been saying, Liverpool fans, they talk, say, okay, this man, you don't play Gakpo as your left winger, but you don't be seeing in the sense that, okay, Gakpo now, players don't figure him out, like to just cut inside and shoot, no diversity, whereby this guy can like do things in different ways. So why don't this man not to like, you know, give Kaiser a chance? So we say Kaiser go come in, he go score. See the match against Manchester United, we say he enter, or give assist. Whereby we see say, okay, as Kaiser enter, Ekitike enter, we saw that the game, the tempo changed. They got a go back, he gets, but they could not able to like keep that pressure on Manchester United, whereby Ayemoga got the winning goal. So are we going to say Arne Slot is the cause of the decline of this Liverpool side?
Well, me, I no go lie you. Gakpo that you mentioned, Gakpo is a very good player. See yesterday, he had 2 times.
Twice.
Now narrow escape because if for score. And Liverpool, I will not lie, if you check the matches that they lost, they did not play bad.
Yes, they did not play bad. The Chelsea game, the last game.
Yes, and the Manchester United game, they played bad, but I just feel like they were not lucky.
And this thing, and again, I will not attribute it not just to luck. I will say most of the things we are saying from the beginning of the season is coming to play. Their defense,
exactly.
Okay, now they lack, and this thing we are calling, like we are saying, their defense. Not just the defense alone. We are talking about the keeper, because like
including the keeper.
What talk about the defense now? The keeper is a major factor. Then now we talk about your defense again. Like your DM is a major factor. Now, immediately they sub Gravenberch from that game, we saw that defense was easily like at least penetrable by just like length. But back to the topic of Isak, like we said, was Isak a necessary sign for this game after getting it?
At all. Even when they bought Ekitike, you saw the impact immediately.
Yeah, the impact was there because
Isak was just there.
I don't know. Look at the ball he missed, whereby your keeper Lamens was able to catch that ball. Isak in Newcastle that we knew that's
going to score. He's going to score.
So what's the issue with this? In fact, that we've seen this guy that they say, okay, he never did match fit. How many matches we took to do match fit? He has played at least at least 5 games for country and clubs in the past 4 weeks. So what's the major problem for this guy?
I feel it's too much pressure. You know, when a player enters a big club like Liverpool, the pressure, and with the price tag on his head, he has that pressure that he needs to perform, he needs to score. He's the one that needs to change the game, but because of that pressure, it's not making him to play his football.
The pressure now,
that Isak plays.
Is it the pressure of expectation based on the money we signed?
Exactly.
And that's the issue I have with this current transfer window, whereby you see players of average players, whereby Isak is an average player, don't get me wrong, but you go see players who be say this guy not worth this money. Like they sign out for 90 something. Look at Watermad, look at Ekitike, they sign these guys for 90 something plus. But I look at these guys, these calibers of players, they are not the top striker by you say, okay, like they are worth that money, even though we see them scoring goals, but are they actually worth that money? But now, if these guys fail to perform, the pressure will be there. The fact that they were signed for a huge amount. You get like it's like, okay, come to our club, we're going to pay some amount of money. Whereby we saw that person paid 92 plus for Ekitike. So now Isak now I think they paid more than 50 million euros for this guy
for Isak
to come to the club, but now he has not been able to score a goal in the Premier League.
And the annoyance is that he stopped training with Newcastle side, saying that he is not going to play till.
So do you think that's part of the issue, because due to lack of form that he not trained during the preseason?
Like I said, I feel like he's putting pressure on himself because he has had enough game time. I mean,
at least to pick up.
How many? I've been 2 months now. 2 months now. 2 months now. From from August or July, August, from July, ending of July till now, are you telling that he has not had enough time to train? I feel he has trained, he has had game times, he's playing in the Champions League, so he has had enough game time. Even look at, you are talking about Issa, what about Wirtz? What will you say about that? The same pressure.
The issue now is that these guys now, with the kind of crisis they're having within the team, do you think they'll be able to defend their titles this season?
I don't think so, honestly speaking. I even feel Manchester United have a chance more than
Jesus Christ! No, say man, you get chance.
Yes.
That's Liverpool.
Yes.
Because you beat them for Anfield. You see what Liverpool because. So you are telling me that this Manchester United team have a chance.
What Arsenal could not do.
Subhanallah. What Arsenal could not do. No problem. I think I blame. I'll ask this question.
Okay.
Man United getting a win at Anfield, like that, making that statement that I'm going to Anfield, getting that win 2-1. Do you think that's a positive statement whereby you see that this kind of results will affect the mentality of these guys? Like, okay, if we beat anybody for this,
you know, this was why I said that Manchester United, what we need is mentality. Do you know that if every player in Manchester United have the mentality of Harry Maguire, we are going to carry the trophy. Do you know what I said so? Harry Maguire was a player that he brought himself up from the mud. He was the most criticized player in Manchester United. But look at him now.
Like turning up to score the winning goals.
There are players like if they should criticize them in that way, that is the end of their career. Yes. Do you understand? Yes. But he brought himself up, and now he's like one of the talking points of Manchester United.
I think he's one of your key players. You cannot mention key players in United, but you don't mention Maguire at the moment.
Yes, because
he has done it in Europe. He's even in the league back to back.
Yes.
So you feel like this particular win is a statement that can like at least push these guys to we can get points. We can go any place and get points. Yes. And again, do you think it's actually paying off to give Ruben Amorim the chance to prove himself? In fact, that he has got his first back-to-back win in the Premier League. We know so this guy don't play how many games for this league? We say if you win today, the next tomorrow you go draw, you go lose. If you draw today, he has not won a game back to back. So winning his first back to back game at Anfield, do you think that will be a morale boost for this coach to actually like go on and like do greater things for United side?
Yeah, well, I feel it's a very good thing the owner did for him. You know,
other
coaches won't give him that chance.
Other owners will give him that chance.
The other owners, sorry, if he was in Chelsea or in Nottingham Forest, like what's happening?
They don't sack
him since now, but. See, he's still there, and they gave him that opportunity, and he proved himself yesterday, and that's why I love that of him. He proved himself yesterday. He came out, he fought, you know, and he brought in players that have characters. Even when I saw the lineup, I was complaining that while he started Amad Diallo on the wing back, you know, he's supposed to bring in players like what's this guy Mazraoui was supposed to start Mazraoui because we need to. In my mind, I was like, we need to defend against Liverpool. Even Diogo Dalot against Salah, when we know that Salah loves to rape Man U. Starting, but as the game went on, you know, the players showed character. They fight, they stayed in the game, you know. And after everything, even when they were winning 1-1, I was like, oh man, we don't lose this match.
We were playing 1-1, yes.
I was like, because they were pressing us.
Yes, after like they brought in Keiza and Ekitike in that game, the game changed.
Yeah, they were pressing us, and they were pressing, and all of a sudden, you know, Maguire came and scored for us. So that's the character that I want to be seeing in my team, you know, be fighting for a game to the last minute. So I feel like if we can keep on playing like this, is actually this the opportunity they give the coach is actually a booster. It's a good opportunity, and it's a booster for him. So I feel like going into the next games, we'll be going with confidence, you know, and fight.
You mentioned somebody just now. You mentioned Salah. We've seen the drop in form of Salah in his last 7 games. He has not scored a non-penalty goal. I think the last goal he scored was a penalty goal against Burnley. Since then, he has not scored a non-penalty goal. He has not scored a goal. You feel say like the lack of firing power from Salah is actually affecting the Liverpool. The fact that he was one of the major key players to like lead them to the title last season.
I don't know, but I feel like Salah's decline. Personally, I feel like it has something to do with the loss of his teammates. Maybe that's what's still affecting him mentally, because this is not the Salah that we know. Salah does it back to back every season in and season out. But since the loss of his teammates,
once you factor in age, this guy is not a young guy. I think he's 33 or something.
I don't think. Honestly, that's why I say personally. I don't think age has anything to do with his decline. I don't think age has anything to do with it because is Messi not an old player? He's still doing it in Inter Miami.
Will you compare Inter Miami to play the Premier League? Why you talk like this? You compare Inter Miami, maybe say person na banker for money, for evening a footballer. Will you compare to the Premier League?
Salah, as we know, Salah owns the league. Whether you like it or not, he owns Premier League. So that's why I just say I feel and
the loss of that player.
Yes, I just feel like it's affecting him most mentally. That's what I just feel, and maybe also the coach, the new coach they brought in. But last season
they won the league with
the new coach. That's why I don't want to blame the coach.
But again, let's put Arne Slot, let's put him like Nilembe. Let's say, okay, do you think that first league you won? Do you think that's just like a fluke, like a coincidence? The fact that he inherited one of the best team in the league, one of the best team in the world, whereby like you have players whereby they've played together for close to 5 years together. But these guys, they understand the league, they've won the league, they've won the Champions League, whether you're in club, and like coming in whereby you saw that other teams were not informed. I think the only team that was informed that did flop and they did not have what it took to like get them close and like challenge for the league was the Arsenal side last season. Do you think that was the reason he was able to win the league last season?
I think so, yes, because I've always been saying is that Arne Slot inherited a good team and he just made a little tweak and won the league. He inherited Spartacus. Those teams were the invisibles, but now he has done the show. He has made his own changes.
Instead from the plus bringing his own like calibers of player that he likes to play with, and now it's not actually working.
And he did not bring in the right type of players that the club actually need, that system actually needed. Instead of bringing in more defenders.
Answer this question. Let's say you're a coach now, like they give you a new job, you come into that team, you meet a system on ground that's already working. This system then they work with it for ground. So like you think say there is any need to say, okay, I want to change this thing to my own pattern, because that system when they win that league last season, I feel say that system, club system. Just shoot them, allow Gravenberch, the players, his own preferred DM, you get, then allow other person like so like, do you think that it is necessary? Like now he's trying to make a change. This thing, it was necessary to like change the system that was working already.
Well, I think it was necessary.
Yes, to change the system that was working last season already.
If it were me, I won't change the system. So I will do exactly what he did. I won't change the system. But
you know that most coaches want to leave their own blueprints with the team. They want to like bring in their own patterns to the team, their own philosophy and all. So do you think like, okay, the reason why he changed the team that was working last season was like him actually trying to like implement his own philosophy?
Well, for me, this season now he's showing his true colors. Last season he didn't change anything. He just made a little tweak, just a little tweak, and continued with the club system of playing football. Their fast attacking and direct attacking play. He wants to continue that this season too, but he did not bring the right type of players, and he didn't bring the right type of players to defend when they are attacking.
Yes,
you understand.
And I don't think they even bring any defender. Apart from Giovanni had an ACL injury that will be out throughout the season. They didn't bring any defender. They didn't bring a DM. They didn't bring a CB. So like I think if focus more on the attack. But this attack, they are doing well last season. Last season, the Liverpool side, even though they do concede some goals here and there, but they were scoring goals.
Yes.
So like, was it necessary to actually put more effort on the attack rather than the defense?
It was not, and it's showing how clueless. Sorry to say, but it's showing how clueless Liverpool coach is Arne Slot. Why would you bring in more attackers when it's obvious that you have a good attacking system already? You just need to strengthen that defense. Because this is the Premier League. You are going into so many other competitions like Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. You need good squad depth. So why splash over 500 million pounds on strikers alone? And you left your defense wide open for who?
But they wanted to get Magui, but they didn't go through due to the fact that they were not fast enough to close that deal.
That's because they did not prioritize the defense. Had it been they prioritized defense, they would have been making. They just wanted to make headline signings. That's what I just feel. They felt that the squad is already good. Let them just make headline signings. Maybe he felt like he won the league, so he is in the right to spend that amount of money on such players.
I know that the media are actually criticizing the fact that you spend that kind of money and they're not getting results. But after this question again, I'm sorry, like, do you think the media is criticizing this man enough? If it was a Man U coach that has spent this kind of money, or an Arsenal coach that has spent this kind of money, or a Chelsea coach that has spent this kind of money, do you think that the media will be this lenient on him?
I say if na Man U, headline every day. We no go hear.
But for this guy now, like
the story change, they know they too be loud down. You understand? But that's the thing about English football. There are some things that they will criticize.
So let's talk about the Arsenal team. They got a win away at Fulham, whereby they got a 1-0 win. Like corner, like from the corner, like now they're calling us corner FC. We don't care. Give us our 3 points.
Yes, so Haram
no
FC.
problem. Give my 3 points. I don't care.
Haram FC.
If we can be scoring 1-1 goal from corner till May and we win the league, I don't care. So do you think these guys, they're actually like doing what it takes, like keeping that consistency that is needed to win the league?
But I think Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, they are doing a good job. Like you said, it doesn't matter how they win.
Just give my 3 points.
Just give me my 3 points. If you guys can do that till the end of the season, it's okay. You understand? So I feel like they are doing a good job. The main thing is winning matches, going to a match and get the 3 points.
And due to the fact that these guys, like in our past 3 games now, the Newcastle, the West Ham, and this Fulham game that we played on Saturday, Arsenal dropped 6 points against. Is it 6 points? We lost against West Ham. Yes, 6 points. We lost against West Ham. We lost against Newcastle at St. James Park last season. But this season we've won at St. James Park. We lost at home against West Ham last season. This season we've won West Ham at home. We lost away. We drew away against Fulham in Craven Cottage. This season we won at Craven Cottage. So do you think we actually did the necessary things that denied us the league in the past 2 seasons to win the league this season?
Yes, just like you said, around this period of time, from October to
early November, late November,
you guys drop points.
But
yes. Now we are seeing you guys covering those gaps. I feel like you guys are doing the necessary things. Arteta took all those things to notice, and he's working on everything. Making sure that those players go with that mentality of winning matches, not just coming to play beautiful football and going with nothing. Now you guys are making sure that you win those matches. So if you guys can keep that mentality of winning, not playing to show that Saka is a very good winger, or Odegaard can shoot from anywhere. No, just making sure that you win games. That is just the most important thing. So if you guys can continue with up like that, if na around football now they play,
you're not concerned with 3 points.
But make we dey see. So
the Champions League is coming back. So tomorrow, like the Champions League, will start tomorrow. Game week. Is it game week 3?
Yes, game week 3.
Game week 3, yes, for the Champions League. Whereby we'll be seeing the Barcelona side hosting Olympiacos at Camp Nou, Arsenal side hosting Atletico Madrid at the Emirates. Then we're seeing PSG playing Bayer Leverkusen. Then Newcastle playing Benfica. Whereby Jose Mourinho will be coming back to England to play the Newcastle side. Napoli going away against PSV, Inter away as well. Then the Manchester City side going away to the Villarreal side. My key topic here is the Arsenal team. 2 people that play Boko Haram football, the Arsenal and the Atletico side. Whereby these guys, they don't care. Give me my 3 points.
Yes.
So like, what do you think we will see in that game tomorrow? Whereby we know that this Diego Simeone is a man whereby he is very conservative with his defense. He knows how to defense and like catch on counter and get his goal and win his game. And Arteta as well is a good defensive coach, having the best the best defensive record this season in Europe, whereby we've conceded only 3 goals from 11 games, and in our last 2 matches we've not recorded any shots on targets from the opposition. So do you think that game will be a very tough game at the Emirates tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough game. I mean, the 2 sides are very good defensively, and even in attack too, they are showing good work rates in the attack. So I feel it's going to be a very, very, very tough match. It's going to be a very close match against Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. Arsenal at home, maybe it's going to give them that advantage, the Emirates advantage that they are at home. But I don't feel say that in the work for Champions League.
Yes, anywhere they fire you.
Anywhere they go fire you. So, but I think what is going to be at the back of Arteta's mind is that he must win, because this season I feel like Arteta wants to win it all. After all the criticism for the past 3-4 seasons, they have been criticizing. I feel like he's going to have his eyes everywhere, not just the Premier League. you know, and it's this type of matches that he's going to want to prove a point.
Yes.
You know, so I feel like he's going to come out tomorrow, you know, and give everything that he has. But Simeone too is not going to.
Is that a small coach?
He's not a small coach. You know, somebody that's coached Atletico Madrid for over 10 years now. You know, so I feel like it's going to be a very tough match.
Game, yes.
See, Alvarez has been on flying form.
Like that guy
has been on flying form. So tomorrow Arsenal na go see fire. Me, I no go lie, na go see fire. But it's going to be a tough match.
So how to your score prediction? Do you think Leicester is going to win that game? Give me your score prediction.
Arsenal at home to Atletico. 2-1. Atletico will win now.
You see that I don't know. You know what? For me, I feel that game is a game whereby we're going to see like the best of two coaches. Whereby these two guys, when it comes to the back, they're solid at the back. They know how to defend properly, and they know how to get those goals that determine if a team is going to win or they're going to like draw or lose a game. So for me, I'll be going with a 2-1 to the Arsenal side because I know that it's not going to be an easy game. I think Madrid might come in with a defensive standpoint, but they have what it takes to hurt the Arsenal side. So I expect Arteta to take that into consideration by he's going to come in with a more solid team that can at least hold these guys in counter and at least get a winning goal. So for me, I'll be going with a 2-1 win for the Arsenal side. So let's see who's going to like be correct with his competition. Then the back of the Olympiacos game at Camp Nou, do you think Olympiacos can at least scam a win or at least get a draw at Camp Nou tomorrow?
Well, you see, Barca, see their last match in the La Liga. They drew their last. Okay, they won. Araujo scored. Yeah, because that match I was watching it till the last minute and I just left. So it was that 1-1. But I remembered it ended 2-1. You know, so I watched the game. They are not impressing me. Those they had enough chances against Barcelona. It's just that the opposition side were not clinical. If not, that match would have ended at least 4-1. I'm telling you the truth. So I feel like Barca, that's their highline. You go put them for trouble, you know. But
it is going to figure out that highline. That highline. They use the wingers to run. Then
one pass, scatter. So as far as you have a clinical striker, Olympiacos, they are going to. I feel or I hope that they are going to, you know, work on that, you know.
But they are going to Camp Nou. It's not going to be an easy game for them.
It's not. Yes, it's not going to be.
So give me your score prediction. Like, what's your score prediction for that game?
Well, for me, okay. I still see Barca winning. Although I still see Barca winning that match. Let's say 2-1 victory or even 3-1 victory.
For me, this Olympiacos side, like I watched them play against my team Arsenal. I think in game week 2, whereby we won 2-0. For me, these guys, when it comes to attack, they're not too clinical. They're not too troublesome when it comes to
Olympiacos.
Yes, against Arsenal in that Arsenal game, whereby in that game they didn't give Vara like anything to think. Whereby the guy was so settled at the back, no stress whatsoever. But he made a couple of saves whereby they were like a bit trying to like really see what they can do, but they did not give that guy tough time for a long period of time. So for me, I feel they'll find it difficult to get something at Camp Nou. So I'll be going with a 3-1 win. Definitely they might score the back outside
because of that highline.
I won't say because of that highline, but I'm going to say like I see them getting a goal, but I think the back outside is going to win comfortably. 3-1 win to the back outside. Man City, Villarreal, Man City going away to play the Villarreal. So, but this Villarreal side are in form. I think they're third in La Liga.
Yes,
they drew the last match against Betis, and in the Champions League, the last match. I don't know what they played in the last match in the Champions League, but I see them as a side that they're going to be troublesome playing at home.
They are very strong.
So what do you think the Manchester City team can get from that game?
For me, the Manchester City side, well, they are not looking too sharp, you know, and away to Villarreal, that match is going to be very tough, you know. But I feel like
they have Alan.
They have Alan.
Alan the beast.
I see that match ending maybe a 2-1 victory. Manchester City, they are likely to win that match. Although it's going
to be that Manchester City side drew the last match. That's against Monaco.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they will have that at the back of them. Pep is going to have that at the back.
So they definitely need to win.
They need to win. That's why I'm giving them that credibility that they will win 2-1. But although the Villarreal side, they are not sleeping, they are going to come out knowing they are facing a big team like Man City. They are going to come out to play them and they are going to show character. But I still see Man City winning that match.
For me, I feel that match is not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy game. In fact, the Manchester City side will be playing a very like good side in the Villarreal team. Whereby these guys this season they've shown that yes they can do it as well. Being in the league, I think that's 17 points in the Liga, and the Champions League that's showing that character that at least they can compete. So for me, I'll be going with a 2-2 draw in that game, whereby I feel like the Villarreal side can hold the City side to a draw in that game. The Newcastle Benfica game at St James Park, whereby Mourinho will be coming to England to face the Newcastle side. What do you think will happen in that match? Whereby we've seen this Newcastle side in the last game against Union St. Giles, I think they won 4-0, whereby they played very well. So do you think they can keep that form in Europe?
Well, normal, Mourinho go on sits back. So Newcastle, they are going to bring the game to them. And I feel like, well, if they can be very clinical, you know, they are going to score a lot of goals. So I see that match as a 3-0 victory for Newcastle.
The Newcastle side, I know when it comes to St. James Park, those guys are very troublesome.
Yes.
Winning at St. James Park for me is one of the most difficult things to ever do as a club. Like whether you're going to St. James Park to play Newcastle side, they're very aggressive, they're good on the counter, the press, and defensively they're a little bit compact at the back. So for me, it's going to be difficult for the Benfica side. But the fact that the Benfica side, when it comes to Europe, they're not a small side. I think they're more experienced in Europe than the Newcastle side as of recent. So I'll be going with a 2-1 win for the Newcastle side. I think that's a win whereby they're going to scam a win. It's not going to be an easy win for them. Then the PSG Bayern Leverkusen game. PSG will be going away to the Leverkusen side at Germany. What do you think can happen in that game?
Yeah, it's a tough fixture, but then Leverkusen, they are a shadow of themselves. I don't think Leverkusen is going to put up much of a fight against PSG. So I feel like that match is going to be a 2-0 victory for PSG.
The PSG side, we saw what happened in the last match in the league. In the Champions League, in the league against Strasbourg, they drew 3-3 against Strasbourg. They were almost losing that game at some point, but they came from behind and they drew that game. So, like for me, I feel going to the German side, to get the win, it's not going to be an easy game, but the current state of mind of the Bayern Leverkusen side, they're not in that like top form. We've seen them like dropping points in the Champions League, so I feel the PSG side will get the win. So I'm going with the 3-1. I see the PSG side conceding a goal, but I see them at least winning with it with a 2-goal margin. So I'm going with the 3-1 victory to the PSG side. Then Napoli PSV. Napoli lost that game in the weekend against Torino away on Saturday. So they think they can like pick up from there and get the win against the PSG side that won their own game.
One thing about Champions League, I know like they use their league games to compare Champions League. You know, when they enter Champions League, they are another team, different spirit and everything. I think they are going to give PSG a very, very tough match. You know, considering the fact that they are not looking at their past games in the league. They are looking at their past matches in the Champions League. You know, where they drew to Man City, and I think they
lost to Man City too.
They lost to Man City,
but they won their next game.
They won their next game. Okay, so they obviously want to get a win,
and increase their points.
Although PSV, they are also a very good side. You know, even in the Champions League, when they are going for, we've seen them qualifying for competitions over the years. You know, so I think they are going to give Napoli a fight. I see that match a 2-1 win for Napoli.
So for me, that game, the Napoli side, I was not happy during the weekend. Yes, they bought people tickets. Yeah. But anyway, like we've seen these guys, like when you see Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield, like continuing the midfield, and you see player like Rouge Norby, he has been in top form, scoring for both country and club. Whereby you see him scoring, getting those goals that has been difficult for him to get when he was playing for the United side. So I feel they can actually do well in that game, whereby I see them getting at least a 3-1 win against the PSV side. Then on Wednesday, we are seeing the Chelsea side hosting Ajax. Then the Liverpool side going away to Frankfurt. Madrid playing Juventus. That's a big game on Wednesday. They were seeing teams like Bayern Munich hosting Club Brugge. You know that one that's going to slaughter them. Then teams like Tottenham facing Monaco. And we knew that Monaco drew the Manchester City side. So let's start with the Chelsea game. Chelsea Ajax, what do you think can happen in that game? Whereby you know that the Chelsea side coming from a win this weekend against Nottingham Forest, whereby they're still playing at home, posting the other side. Do you think they can get a comfortable win against the other side?
Chelsea Ajax. Well, Ajax, they are not really making the headlines this season. They are not really that Ajax. You know that hot Ajax. So and Chelsea. So I first feel like Chelsea right now they are facing an average Ajax. So it's not going to be like it's not supposed to be a very tough difficult match for them, you know. So I feel like Chelsea, they are meant to win that match, even if it's a slight victory.
So what to be a score position?
Yeah, it's a big competition. So I feel like Ajax will still put up a fight. Yes. Although Chelsea, with the goal there with the good mentality, I think they should come out victorious. So I give Chelsea a 2-1 victory.
For me, with Chelsea, I guess I will go with the 2-1 as well, because for me, they're not solely at the back. So I expect the other side to at least get a good ball, the Chelsea side to come out victorious. The next game will be Liverpool-Frankfurt. You see the Liverpool side, they've lost 4 games in a row, whereby they lost their last game in the Champions League against Galatasaray. They lost their last 2 games in the Premier League against the Man United side and the Chelsea side. So now they're going to the Champions League after losing 4 games back to back. Do you think that's what it takes to go away to Frankfurt and get a win?
So I feel like Liverpool, they are going to find it difficult. Honestly, I don't even see them winning that match. I feel like they either lose or draw. High possibility of drawing the match, but I don't really see them winning the match. So I feel like it's going to be a 1-1 draw in that match.
For me, that game, I will go for a Liverpool win. This is the reason why. Because I feel they need to start getting results. The fans are tired. The fans are already complaining, saying Arne Slot out after the game against Manchester United yesterday. They were saying Arne Slot out. Like, this man is not doing what is needed to be done for us to keep that consistency and maintain that quality that we have coming from the previous season. So I feel there'll be pressure for them to get a result on Wednesday at Frankfurt. So for me, I'll go with a 2-1 win for the Liverpool side. I see them conceding a goal at Frankfurt, but I see them coming out victorious. Then the next game is going to be Real Madrid-Juventus. We saw the Juventus side lost 2-0 to Como on Sunday. So and Madrid side actually I find it difficult to break down the Getafe side, whereby they got a goal at the something minute. I think it's 78 to 80 minutes from Kylian Mbappe, who is on fire right now by scoring goals back to back for both country and club. So for me,
that's 11
I would like to ask, do you feel this Madrid side can actually beat the Juventus side comfortably at home?
Well, I will not say comfortably, but I see Madrid winning that match. Like I said before, Xabi Alonso, he is doing so well with that Madrid side. Even if it looks like they are struggling in a match, his players, they have that character to win the match, and that is all it takes.
Yes, that is all it takes.
Do it about nobody is checking out what you played. Even Barcelona, see what they played. Like I told you, during the weekend, they were not really playing anything. The opposition team had more chances, but they still came out victorious. So that's what everybody wants to be seeing in teams nowadays. They want to be seeing results. Nobody wants to see that you are playing a good football. So I feel like Real Madrid are going to be victorious. I feel like they are going to win that match. 2-1 victory for Real Madrid. They might concede a goal.
For me, that game I think is going to be a goal galore, whereby we are going to see multiple goals in that game. Whereby this Juventus side, even though they lost that game against Como in the Premier League, in their league, just like he said, most time you don't like to judge this team based on the fact of what they played in their league, in the Champions League, because different mentality in the Champions League. So I see it there will be multiple goals in that game. So I'm going with a 3-2 win for the Madrid side. I see the Juventus side might try to scam a draw, but I feel the Madrid side have what it takes to get a win in that game. Due to the fact that we have players like Mbappe, who is on fine form, we have players like Adagula, who is actually doing something good in that Madrid midfield, whereby he's on fine form as well, providing with assists. Then we have players like Vinicius who can at least score goals and assist. So I see the Madrid side getting a win 3-2, but it's not going to be a comfortable win. It's going to be a difficult game because the Juventus side are not a small side in the Champions League. Then the Tottenham Monaco game, whereby we saw the Tottenham lost the last game in the league against Aston Villa, and they've not been that convincing in the Champions League. Do you think they can get a win against the Monaco side away in the Champions League?
Well, honestly speaking, Tottenham, they've not impressed me, because with the signings they have made this season, in their last game during the weekend, I thought they are going to bury Aston Villa, because Aston Villa, they are not even a strong side this season if you look at it.
But also that these guys, they've won 4 matches back to back after they played the Tottenham side. The Tottenham match made it 5 matches
in a row.
Yes. Yes,
really?
They started picking from, yes.
Really? Okay.
5 matches back to back.
But it's still, notwithstanding, I mean, look at the players they brought into the Tottenham squad. They have made signing in almost all departments, So I feel like they are supposed to be winning games like that. They are supposed to be winning
at home.
So they should. I feel like, well, like I said, the league is different and the Champions League is different. So going into that match against Monaco, they should go with a different mentality because this is the Champions League, you know. And if you think you can gamble the Champions League, you have yourself to blame, you know. So I feel like that match they should go with a different mentality and they should make sure that they are going to win that game. So I see that game also a 2-1 victory for Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, guys, so that will be the end of the weekend analysis and going to the Champions League, whereby we're going to see different sides playing the Champions League, whereby there are lovely games to look forward to. So for me, have a lovely week, and we'll still be here on Thursday and Fridays to give you guys the pre-weekend analysis going to the league in the Premier League, La Liga, and other leagues as well. So guys, subscribe, like, comment, and share with your families. Goodbye, guys.
Yeah, peace out.